The president of the Philippines has declared a state of national calamity. He's hoping that will speed up relief efforts for hundreds of thousands of his countrymen who've lost everything in Typhoon Haiyan. Right now, almost 1,000 people are confirmed dead, but officials say the real number could be 10 times that.
Konti na lang, maliligtas na kami.
The problem is 90% to 95% of people in City Hall are also casualties.
The immediate crisis, a lack of food and clean water, and the risk of disease. Looting has become a means of survival as people pick through rubble for anything. Some aid is getting through on a very limited basis in the worst-hit area around Tacloban. There are no roads left, no infrastructure at all. Survivors are building makeshift shelters in some spots. Some have been fortunate enough to find refuge in the few remaining buildings, such as this church. U.S. Marines have been deployed from their base in Manila to help, as international aid groups turned their focus to the Philippines. Reporter Dean Bernardo has the latest from Manila.
Right now, any relief operations is on hold because it is dark in that region right now. There is no power. They are trying to put up generator sets in some of the key and critical locations where they would launch relief and rescue operations. The next round of relief and search and rescue will begin later at sunrise. And there are still a lot of areas that have not been reached. But right now, we're receiving a lot of feedback from a lot of locations, coastal towns, interior villages, up in the mountains, and the same story is everywhere. It is the same. What you see in Tacloban is basically the same. A lot of houses gone, a lot of buildings useless, rendered useless, and destroyed. So it is going to be difficult, at least for the next couple of weeks.
And as if things aren't bad enough, we're hearing there's another storm due. What's being done to prepare for another storm?
Well, right now it is uncertain. They're trying to rush at least food packs and some things that could help them survive at least the next storm. Now, you have to remember, they don't have homes anymore. There are some people who are walking around, living under the skies. And there's not even a tree to stand under the rain. So it's really, really difficult right now with that threat of that next tropical storm. It may not hit, it will not hit that area, but there will be rain. And can you imagine yourself with no home, hungry, barely eating, and you're going to be living under open space, under the elements with the rains coming in?
Freelance reporter Dean Bernardo in Manila. While the deaths and displacement are worst in Tacloban City, many other parts of the Philippines have also suffered terrible losses. In Samar province, the eastern town of Haiyan has pretty much been destroyed, leaving its 40,000 residents struggling for the most basic of needs. Disaster workers say the northern part of Cebu province was also struck. About 80 to 90% of that area has been severely damaged. And 26 people are still missing in the popular tourist town of Coron in Palawan province. 8 others are confirmed dead there. Efforts are underway to airlift about 400 stranded tourists from Coron. Haiyan has now lost some of its strength. At the height of its power last Friday, Typhoon Haiyan made landfall in the Philippines province of Leyte and Samar. It then headed west over 6 central Philippine islands. This morning, it made landfall in North Vietnam as a strong tropical storm. Haiyan is tracking northward into China and is expected to weaken to a tropical depression.